Keeping the power in PowerPoint. This presentation provides examples of what not to do in PowerPoint. How to use this presentation for your own learning? Watch the slideshow. Gaze at the examples of awful but common mistakes made when creating slides and presentations. You may have even seen some of these used recently in a presentation. Check out the hints and tips slides that follow the examples to find out why they're so bad. And last, avoid making similar mistakes and robbing your PowerPoint presentation of its power. On the following slides, you're going to see these common mistakes. Can you spot them? What's wrong? Way too much information. Avoid placing large blocks of text on your slide. Stick to your main points. Crazy fonts. Well, they might look cool, but they're hard to read and look unprofessional. Speaking of unprofessional, avoid mixing your fonts. Mixing different fonts together gives your presentation an inconsistent look, and a lack of consistency looks unprofessional. Did you know that audience members take in information based on approximately 50% visual, so that's your pictures, your graphs, and your videos, and less than 10% from text? What this means is if you are using images on your slideshow, which you should be doing, make sure that the images match or add value to the text. What's wrong? Am I the only one whose eyes hurt after looking at that screen? Bright colored text is really hard on the eyes. Maximize your contrast. Use dark text on a light background or light colored text on a dark background. But again, avoid those bright colors as a background. Color fade. That's where your text disappears into the background color or image, and you want to avoid that. And did you know some of your audience members might be colorblind? So combinations like red and green and blue and yellow make it difficult for them to read the text. What's wrong? There's a lot going on that slide. There's pictures and graphs and clip art, and all of them are moving at the same time. Images should enhance your presentation, not distract from it, so stick to a maximum of 2 pictures or 1 chart per slide. Too much flash is not a good thing because it distracts your audience members and it takes away from your key points. Use it sparingly to add value to your presentation. Lastly, the more objects you add to a presentation, so more music, more videos, more graphs, more pictures, the more you add, the larger your files are going to be. And this makes it really hard to save a PowerPoint and take it from one computer to another. So avoid putting large amounts of these in your presentation. What's wrong? Whoops, somebody forgot to include their media. Always check that the links to websites, to videos, and music are working before you present. Be prepared, because if these links are not working or your music or video doesn't play, you're going to have to do your presentation without it. So have a plan B. Murphy's Law says if something can go wrong, it usually will. And you don't want to be standing in front of an audience when that happens. What's wrong? Too much animation. Again, keep it simple. Animation should add value to your presentation. It's great that they're all there, but too much of it distracts your audience. And remember, if you are going to use animation or slide transitions, choose one. This gives your presentation a consistent look. What's wrong? Wrong program. PowerPoint should really only be used for visual presentations. If you have something that's text-based, like a resume, use Microsoft Word. Don't use PowerPoint. But if you do have visual information to convey, PowerPoint would be great. But remember, keep it simple. Less is more when presenting visual information. So if you have pictures or videos or architectural drawings, or maybe you have a portfolio that you would like to present to a prospective employer. In that case, PowerPoint's great. But remember, if the presentation is done well, it's going to show that you know how to use PowerPoint. But if it's not done well, you may be in trouble. Other tips and tricks. When possible, use the images to convey your key messages. Remember, you want them to add value. Sounds and transitions can be annoying and distracting for your audience, so don't overdo them. PowerPoint's just a tool, and it should be used as a visual aid to enhance your presentation, not be the presentation. After all, people came to hear you speak. They can watch your presentation online. Practice your presentation several times before you have to present to the audience. That way you know what slides are coming up next, what transitions are coming up, and you feel comfortable with the material. Don't read the content of the slides verbatim. The audience can do that themselves. Face your audience and speak to them. That's what they're here for. They want to hear you speak. And last, always spell check your presentation before saving it and presenting it. My name is Dion, and I created this presentation as part of the Vancouver Community College PIDP 3240 course. Thank you.